Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel. And for today, it's going to be an exciting day because today is my appointment for my UK visa application. That's why ito, suot ko na naman ang aking lucky shirt from polo shirt from Uniqlo. So, my appointment is at 10 a.m. and it's currently 9 a.m. So, it's fine because malapit lang naman yung VFS for UK sa Makati. But anyway, I'm all ready and I'm all set. So, these are all the requirements or documents na ipapasa ko yun. Just like the Schengen visa, madami din siyang documents. Although for me, medyo mas easier ng konti itong requirements for UK visa because hindi na kailangan mag-provide ng um, ano nga yun? Hindi na kailangan mag-provide ng flight reservation and even yung insurance, travel insurance. Pero still, madami pa rin siya. Although, kinontian ko na nga to kasi isang bank certificate and sa isang bank ko lang kinuha yung bank certificate and bank statement. So, hindi na ako nagpasa nung sa mga credit cards because naka-indicate din naman sa website ng UK Embassy na hindi siya required. Although, you can still submit those if you think na makaka-help siya. Pero, naka-indicate doon na it's not really necessary for you to provide those. So kaya isang bank na lang yung pinagkuhaan ko ng bank certificate and bank statements. So yun, so I will just discuss later in this video yung mga requirements and all the process. But for now, I will um, finish everything para makapunta na ako sa embassy. So wish me luck guys. And I hope na ma-approve naman itong aking UK visa. So, yun lang. Thank you guys and I'll see you later.
A few moments later.
Hey guys, this is 13 days later. So, I'm currently getting ready to go back to the VFS center or to the VFS office to pick up my passport this time. So, sabi nila doon nung pumunta ako na it might take 3 weeks before I can get the decision and collect my passport. Pero yun nga, it's only been 13 days since my appointment. And ngayon, kakolect ko na yung passport ko. And actually, nag-advise sila na available na siya for pick up nung isang araw pa. It's just that hindi kami work from home sa office, so wala akong time na daanan. Pero today kasi naka-work from home kami, so may chance ako to pick it up right now. So yun, so hopefully pasado naman or approved yung visa. Pero kung hindi, ganun talaga. So, yun lang guys. I'll discuss with you later yung process na ginawa ko to get or to apply for a UK visa. So, I'll see you guys later. Hey guys! So, it's already nighttime and eto, nakuha ko na yung aking passport and we are approved! Yay! So, na-approve ako ng... Wait lang. So, na-approve ako ng 6 months na validity period ng visa, UK visa, visit visa, and multiple entry siya. Diba? So, this is valid from November until May of 2026. Kasi, November yung planned trip ko. So yun, so I'm so happy that I am approved. And kinabahan pa ako kanina nung kinolek ko siya kasi dun ko na binuksan yung passport ko para ma-make sure ko na if may mga maling information doon sa visa sticker, mapa-correct ko siya. Pero nung binuksan ko siya kanina doon, medyo kinabahan ako kasi hindi ko nakita agad yung visa sticker, hindi ko siya mahanap. Kasi ang thought ko, nasa likod siya, like, right after nung last kong visa, which is the US visa, pero wala. So, hindi ko siya mahanap nung una. Pero, eventually, nahanap ko naman siya. Nasa, pwinesto siya right after nung Schengen visa ko. So, medyo nasa gitnang part siya, or nasa medyo bandang harapan na part. Pero yun, I'm so glad that I am approved, and ayun, I'm so excited na with my upcoming UK trip this November. So, yung planned trip ko will be last week ng November until first week ng December. So, most probably, mga January 2026 ko na yun i-upload. Kasi, syempre, mag-vlog din ako doon. But anyway, I want to quickly discuss yung process ng UK visa because it's quite easier compared sa Schengen visa. So let me just quickly discuss that. So to apply for a UK visit visa, ang una nyong gagawin is to fill out, syempre, yung application form na available sa website ng uk.gov or gov.uk. Basta, ililink ko everything, lahat ng mga links na kailangan. I'll place them sa description box. So basically, yun yung una nyong gagawin, application form through the UK website. And very straightforward lang naman yung application form. It's basically the same as any other visa application form. So, it will ask for your personal information, your home address, your work, and syempre yung details or itinerary mo for that visit. So once you accomplish that application form, ang next nyong gagawin is to set an appointment through the VFS UK site. So doon sa appointment nyo, basically, doon ba ako nagbayad? Ay, hindi. Parang from the application form itself, magbabayad ka na rin. Kasi hindi ka makakapag-set ng appointment without paying. So, magbabayad ka na rin with the visa application fee. And it's actually quite expensive. So, mamaya, i-discuss ko yung fees na mga binayaran ko. So, after ng application form, paying the visa application fee, then pwede ka nang mag-proceed into setting up your appointment through the VFS UK website. So, madali lang din naman yon. So, basically, you will just have to choose the appointment date, and with my experience this August, kasi ngayong August ako nag-apply, madami namang slots. Hindi naman ubusan ng appointment slot. So, madali lang pumili. And basically, you will be asked, pag nag-set na kayo ng appointment sa VFS, you will be asked for the services that you will avail. So, may service sila for upload, basically upload service. So, ang gagawin nila is, sila yung mag-a-upload ng mga documents mo. And syempre, that comes with a fee. Pero you also have the option to do a self-upload of your documents. Kasi kung ikaw ang mag-a-upload ng iyong documents na isa-submit, then syempre, wala kang babayaran for that. Pero syempre, you have to make sure that malinaw yung pag-scan mo ng mga documents mo, and ayun, malinaw yung mga information na isa-submit mo and i-upload mo sa UK website or dun sa UK embassy. Pero ako, I chose na si VFS na lang yung mag-upload ng documents ko para lang sure that, everything will be sent correctly to the embassy. Tapos, whether you will pick up your passport or ipapa-deliver mo siya, may bayad parehas. So, syempre, mas mahal yung delivery. Nakalimutan ko na kung how much, pero yung sa Ako kasi pick up, obviously. So, I'll also discuss that fee later. So yun lang. So after mo ma-send yung appointment mo, then you just have to collect your documents and wait for your appointment. And pag dumating na yung appointment mo, magba-biometrics ka lang naman doon and then submit your documents. So now let's go ahead with the documents that I submitted. So these are the documents and requirements that I have submitted. So unang-una syempre is the passport, and then photocopy of the passport bio page. So syempre alam niyo na yan, yung unang part or unang page ng passport where your information and picture are located. And then application form, cover letter, and then yung financial documents ko. So isang bank information lang yung sinend ko, which is yung savings account ko. Hindi na ako nag-submit ng credit card statements kasi naka-indicate din naman doon sa website ng uk.gov na yung statements or bank statements from your credit card, hindi siya ganun tinitignan, or hindi nila, ano bang tawag doon, yung hindi siya ganun kalakas for them. Pero it's up to you if you want to submit that. Pero ako, hindi na ako nagpasa. So isang savings account lang yung sinend ko from one bank, which is the C-Bank. Yung C-Bank ko kasi is where I have funds na hindi ko ginagalaw. So, yun yung lagi kong sinasubmit na bank information. So, with that bank or financial documents, ang sinubmit ko lang is yung bank certificate that indicates the average daily balance for 6 months, ADB for 6 months, and 6 months worth of bank statements. And then, nag-submit din ako ng payslip pala syempre, payslip from my work. So, if you are an employed person, so required siya na mag-submit ka ng payslip mo. And then, I also submitted my COE with approved leave of absence. So, basically naka-indicate doon na approved naman ng manager ko yung travel dates ko. And then I also submitted an ITR. I also submitted proof of accommodation. And actually this one, it's the same thing with the credit card statement. Hindi siya talaga nire-require ni embassy that you submit yung parang booked accommodation or proof of accommodation. Pero doon kasi sa application form, itatanong ka din kung saan ka magstay. So ako, nagbanggit na lang ako ng hotel doon, and then syempre ni-reserve ko lang siya sa booking.com, yung pay later, and na which basically you can cancel naman anytime without any fee. So yun, and then yung mga visa stamps ko and mga visa stickers and also yung mga travel stamps dun sa passport. So, finotocopy ko lang yun, lahat. And lastly, proof of residence document. So, ang sinubmit kong proof of residence na document ko is yung bill ko from my Globe Internet or Globe Wi-Fi. So yun lang yung mga sinubmit ko. And if you will choose to do a self-upload, so kunyari i-scan mo ikaw yung mismong mag-scan ng mga documents mo and upload them sa UK to be sent to the UK embassy. You actually do not need to bring them na on your appointment sa VFS. Pero if you will avail yung upload service ni VFS, then you have to bring your documents And make sure that they are printed in A4, ay, ano na nga yun? A4 size paper. Tapos, so yun lang yung mga sinubmit kong documents. So, there's no need for you to even submit a picture or a photo kasi doon sa biometrics mo or doon sa biometrics sa VFS, pipicturean ka din doon. So, yung picture mo doon will be used doon sa visa sticker mo if approved ka. So, yun lang. So, let's go to the VFS process naman during my appointment. So, on the day of my appointment, mabilis lang din naman yung naging process. So, first is may reception area doon sa VFS. And doon sa reception na yon, isa-sort out na nung staff yung mga documents na dala mo para ma-organize na siya. And then, kung gusto mong, kasi kung hindi mo babayaran yung, kunyari, hindi ka nag-avail initially nung VFS service, tas naisipan mo na gusto mong mag-avail, you can still avail and pay for it sa VFS mismo. So, doon ka rin magbabayad sa reception. Tapos, once na ma-organize na yung documents mo, bibigyan ka ng number nung staff doon sa reception, and then, yung next step is yung biometrics mo. So, antayin mo lang na tawagin yung number na binigay sa'yo, and then with your biometrics, basically yung 4 fingers and thumb for both hands, and syempre yung picture nga. So, after that will be kung inavail mo yung scan service, scanning and upload assistance ng BFS. So, yun yung next steps. Kukunin nila yung documents mo so that they can scan, and then aantayin mo yun matapos. Mas-scan nila hanggang sa ma-confirm nila na na-scan na nila, and then that it has been submitted. So after that, yun, tapos na. Mabilis lang. Actually, kung wala ka namang scan or upload service na i-avail, mas mabilis. Within siguro 20 to 30 minutes matatapos ka sa appointment mo kasi biometrics lang naman yung gagawin mo. But for my case, inabot ako ng at least 1 hour during my appointment. Kasi yun nga, medyo matagal yung process nung pag-scan and pag-upload. Tapos pagka-scan and upload ng mga documents mo, babalik na nila yun sa'yo. So, hindi nila yun kukunin. So, ayun lang naman. And then, basically, after your appointment, you just have to wait. So, when it comes to the wait time before you can get your passport, I was advised that it might take 3 weeks. Yun yung advice sa akin ng BFS. Pero, it only took, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So, 11 days lang. So, after 11 days, naka-receive na ako ng notification from BFS na available na for pick-up yung aking passport. So, that was Tuesday. Pero, yun nga, since may pasok ako that time, so, sa office, so hindi ko siya nakuha. And even yesterday, hindi ko rin siya nakuha. So, today, Thursday, ko lang siya nakuha. So, that's the process. So, when it comes to the fees na binayaran ko, so for the visa fee, basically, when it comes to UK visa, iba-iba yung fee niya, depende sa kung gaano katagal yung gusto mong, parang yung validity date ng visa na gusto mo. So, you have the option to choose. Unlike any other visa from different countries na 'di ba si embassy yung magde-decide kung ano yung validity nung visa mo. Pero when it comes to the UK visa, ikaw ang pipili kung ano yung validity ng gusto mong visa, and syempre iba-iba rin yung bayad niya. So yung pinakamura will be the 6-month period or 6-month validity, which is yun yung inavail ko. Pero you have the option to have 1 year or 2 years validity din. And mas mahal siya. So, for the 6 months na visa validity, I paid 175 US dollars. So, that's about 10,389.72. So, yun. So, it's really expensive. And it's even expensive than the US visa. Kasi although yung US visa, inabot ng 11K yung visa, but that's good for 10 years already. And this one, although this is multiple entry, pero good for, or valid lang siya for 6 months. So this is the most expensive visa na in-applyan ko. And then yung VFS na upload assistance was 1,860 pesos. And yung passport collection service is 420 pesos. So all in all, I paid, wait nga pala, compute ko lang. So 10,389.72 plus 1,860 plus 420. So, all in all, I paid 12,669.72 pesos for this UK visa application. So, yun. So, it's gonna be an expensive trip again for me. Pero, ayun. I'm excited. And, stay tuned for my UK travel vlog. So, yun lang muna guys. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you on my next one. By the way, if you have questions pala, sorry. So, if you have questions about the UK visa application, comment them down below and I'll try my best to answer them to the best of my knowledge. So, ayun lang ulit. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you on my next vlog. Bye guys!